Hey guys, your boy New Year here, back again with another video. I'm sorry guys, I've been gone for so long, had some personal stuff to deal with, and now I'm back. But I have been looking at you guys' comments every other day, if not every day, trying to make sure I get some ideas from you. So to start up, Deku's quirk will be called Black Light, and he also his hero costume will be just like Alex Mercer's. If you guys want to change, matter of fact, I'm not gonna make it too complicated because I know you guys probably will throw it out there, and I think you guys will be okay with this. So he's just gonna have Alex Mercer's outfit, and the reason I say that is just because Deku has never really been in the heroes like he was in canon. Like, he's not a fanboy. So he's not really a fanboy. He's that cool, laid back Sasuke like, and I saw that in the comments too. I don't remember the name who said that, but you had said that Deku was the next Sasuke. Also, when I said his quirk is black light, there was another person who commented on this and put that in there. So trust me, guys, I'm looking at your comments, and also I have another surprise from somebody else who actually put this on, who actually commented on this, which because I'm gonna be giving Alex a new weapon. Not gonna say anything. You guys are gonna know it when I say it. So his this reminder, his quirk is named Blacklight. His hero costume is basically Alex Mercer's costume because that's his favorite outfit. Let's just say that it's his favorite outfit. He likes that outfit, and he's just gonna wear that as a hero. So we get to so we're getting back to it. Alex Mercer. Well, sorry. What if Deku had Alex Mercer's abilities from Prototype Part 3? And I'm gonna do my next Zash Bell one tomorrow, and I figured out exactly what if I wanted to do. So that will be the matter of fact. I'll do my next what if tomorrow. You guys see that, and then I'll finish up, and then I'll do Zash Bell Part 4 the day after that. So we get back. Deku has just passed the UA entrance exam. Number one top scorer. He also has beaten Aizawa's test. And now he is just beating Bakugo and Ida in a hero versus villain test. So now Bakugo is walking out just to be congratulated by Kirishima, who is just telling him, "Man, you're such a, yeah, like, that was such a good fight. You're such a man. You handled it in such a manly manner. And you know how Kirishima is. He respects that. And Deku just says thanks, and he's actually bombarded by the entire his entire class, who were just congratulating him, just saying how what an awesome quirk he has, his battle instincts, everything. He's everybody's just they kind of look up to Deku because he was the top number one student, and not even just that, they see that he is, they see his ability of becoming a top hero. They already see him as that person who's going to be a top hero. Deku is inside, he's shy, he's nervous and everything like that. He gives a little smirk here and it says thanks everybody. But he's not going to show out his full emotions like that. During this time, uh, they you hear a hey. They hear the. I'm sorry, I'm getting my words confused. Sorry, but and Deku turns around to see Bakugo, who is has the sparks going in his hands, and right now he's very upset. He walks up to Deku, grabs him by the collar, and he just like, that wasn't a real fight. And Deku just looks at him with a with a calm look. It's calm. He's not going to stare at him intently. With a calm look, and says, "Well, that wasn't my mission." And then he grabs his collar tighter, and it would explode. And he looks like he's about to explode Deku right in the face. And he says, "You think you're better than me?" And Deku says, "No, I don't think you're better than me. We're our job. I'm trying to become a hero. My mission was to stop the bomb. This was my only mission, and that's what I mean. As a hero, I just want to protect. I don't care if you're better. I don't care if you're stronger. I hope that you're better and stronger. But all I want is to protect the people I love and care about, and protect those who need saving." And this kind of just caused a silence to the room. Hearing this from Deku, that was the most mature, honorable, response anybody could have ever given. He could have just flattened Bakugo. But that's not what Deku's about. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He just wants to protect them without force if necessary. So Bakugo just lets Deku go and he walks off mad. He acts he's kind of confused by what Deku had said because that was such an all might answer. So then after Bakugo walks off, Ida walks up to Deku and he says, "Well, he congratulates Deku. He was going to ask him why, what he did, stared at him so like he was gonna hurt him, but he sees now that Deku only did that so he didn't have to hurt Ida, and the only reason he even hurt Bakugo in the first place was because Bakugo was going to attack him. So, just always remember this: Deku only uses, remember, he grew up. He only used his powers if he ever needed to protect himself or to protect others. That was the only reason he ever had. So he will never use his powers for any other reason. So now, everything goes the same way. Aizawa tells them that tomorrow they're going to do the go to the USJ, and during this time, this is they're in the school, and Jiro actually asks Deku if they want to hang out, which Deku replies, "Yeah, I would like to," and they go to this they go to the same music store that they like, listen to music. Deku actually takes Jiro to his house, and they end up this playing music, enjoying themselves, partying, dancing, playing the guitar, and really enjoying themselves. Deku is really starting to open himself up around Jiro. Jiro is actually the only person next to John and All Might that actually has seen this side. And I don't even I'm not even gonna say All Might. I'm gonna just say John and Jiro. They he feels really close to Jiro right now, and it's actually getting to a point where they're playing music, they're dancing around, they're just having a good time listening to music, and they ended up getting close to each other, and Deku actually falls on top of Jiro and onto his bed. And it's kind of a that nervous, I can't get the word out, that anxious moment. And with Deku laying on top of Jiro, they are just looking at each other. Jiro's really red and Deku's a little red too, but it kind of feels right for them. And actually, Jiro actually closes her eyes, and Deku's about to go in for the kiss, and he's getting closer and he's getting closer until Deku's phone rings, and I know, and I know that's like a moment, what was going to happen, but I'm not going to give that away too early. And then actually Deku's phone rings, and it's actually John calling to actually see how he's doing. And they both just snap up and everything like that. Deku talks to John, tells him everything's okay. Everything's going okay at UA and everything like that. And then he says goodbye to John, and then Deku and Jiro actually kind of laugh a little bit, and they just say it is. And Deku says it is getting pretty late. Why don't I take you home? And Deku takes Jiro home, and now we get to the next day of the USJ arc. Now after this, Deku and Jiro know their feelings for each other. They're a little shy about it, but they know their feelings for each other. And they get to the USJ, and they're introduced by the hero 13. And 13 is, the Black Hole hero, as you know, and shows them all the USJ, the different areas where they were going to use to train themselves for different situations. And Deku sees a black hole appearing just in the middle of somewhere, and he points it out to everybody, and then Shigaraki and the teleporting villain, and all the other villains come out. Uh, if who whatever his name is, I'm gonna look it up, but just put his name in his cards for the teleporting villain. You guys know who I'm talking about. It starts with a K, and I can just Kirigaki or something like that. I just can't remember. But we get to this, and um, Azawa immediately tells them, 13 to get the students out of there. Which by this time it's too late. Uh, the teleporting villain already teleports them to different spots. And the same thing happens with 13. Still getting injured, and Aizawa is left to take on the villains all by himself. And now we are at the shipwreck yard with Deku, Jiro, and Bakugo. And I wanted to change that up because I want Deku and Bakugo to have a closer bond. I feel like if those two just work together, it would just be, they would be the most unstoppable team. So I want those two to have a closer bond. So they're teleported to the shipwreck, and the villains are ready to attack. Bakugo, he's ready for a fight, and he goes and he just kind of blasts through the villains. These villains are nothing to Bakugo. Deku is fighting off villains too, but not giving his all so he doesn't hurt anybody, but also staying back so he can protect Jiro. Though Jiro is really commendable in a fight, he still feels very protective of her. And after this, he wants to get he wants to get all the other classmates to a safe place because he doesn't want anything to happen to them, and he convinces Bakugo of this. And even though he's irritated by what Deku is saying, he agrees, and they go and they sprint through and get to all the students, get them safe and everything like that. They're doing this very fast with Bakugo blasting through, and Deku super speed deck. Deku will get there first, of course, but eventually they'll meet up and get everything done real fast, and then all the classmates meet up and they get them in a safe zone. Deku tells Ida to go run and get all the teachers, and he tells all his other classmates to get to safety. And the classmates ask him, "What is he going to do?" And then Deku says that he's going to go help Aizawa. The rest of the students are kind of tell him not to do it. They know he's powerful, but they don't want him to be injured. But he and even Jiro walks up to him and just says please don't go. But Deku just looks at Jiro and says I have to, and Deku jumps off. And he jumps off to see Aizawa, who just got his elbow decayed by Shigaraki, and the Nomu right now is on top of him and crushing. He's about to go for the finishing blow, and Deku just comes down with a hammer fist, and he starts the ground breaks, and the shockwave kind of goes off, knocking the other villains down. And the noble backs up. Immediately as Deku sees this, he pulls out his whips, pulls in Aizawa, and gets and then runs and get him to safety. And Shigaraki tells the noble to go chase him. The noble was very fast, so yeah, just he's very fast, so he's following Deku, and Deku realizes that the noble is just going to keep chasing him, so he drops Aizawa in a place that the noble doesn't see him, and he rushes back to where Shigaraki is, so they can keep the attention on just him. So now it's all the villains right now versus Deku. So Deku's in a pretty tight spot, though his powers are meant for a wide range of enemies right now. He is going against the Nomu, who has 100% of All Might's power, which Deku right now is only at 50%. So he right now acknowledges the fact that the Nomu is going to be the strongest, but he realizes that he is just the brawn. He's just the strength. Shigaraki is also the it's just the brains, and he notices that the Shigaraki's only listening to the Nomu at this point. So Deku immediately jumps at the Shigaraki just to be teleported to an not to another area, but just to another part of where he is. So right, so he's right back in front of the Nomu, and Shigaraki yells to crush Deku, and now Deku gets punched by the Nomu, and it really hurts him. But if I didn't mention this before, he does have regeneration powers just like Alex Mercer does. But if he gets hit in too badly, he will have to consume somebody just like Alex Mercer does for him to fully heal himself. Um, but Deku's he's a hero. He's not going to do that. He's not. And right now he's facing off against the Nomu. He's just getting beaten and bashed. Because like I said, he's only about 50% of All Might's power. He's not there at the strength yet. And the more he consumes, the stronger he will get. But he hasn't consumed anybody in a very long time. So he right now is getting attacked by the Nomu, getting beaten to the ground, and it looks like it's about to end until an explosion hits the Nomu, and Bakugo, Kirishima, and Jiro are there, and they're there to help him. The other students stayed back, but Bakugo and Kirishima couldn't let Deku do this on his own, and they see that Deku's injured right now, and they want to take the attention off of Deku, so they start attacking the Nomu, and the it's not having any effect. They're nowhere near as strong as Deku is right now at this point. So right now they're the ones who are getting attacked, and Deku jumps in, wraps his whip around the Nomu, and throws him into the other area, and he tells him just to get out of here, run, and he goes right back to attack the Nomu. Bakugo and Kirishima are going to do the same thing like they did in Canon, where they take down the teleporting villain, and my bad, I actually forgot to put Todoroki is in there too. My bad, I forgot to mention him. He's not. He just letting you guys know he's not going to be the most important. He's not going to be like a main, like so important of a character in this. So, but he is there and he's helping them out, and he's only using this ice quirk, and he freezes over the villain, in this area where that's his weak spot. While Bakugo is telling the villain that if he moves, he will explode that area. Um, and when Shiragaki sees that Deku is fighting the Nomu, and the teleporting villain is he's, what's the word for it? He's subdued. He then sees that Jiro is actually by herself right now. He sees this, and then he immediately goes to attack Jiro. And while Deku is fighting the Nomu, even though he's getting beaten, he turns over to see Shigaraki coming for Jiro, and Jiro he immediately whips over, pulls his whip, puts it into the ground, pulls over quick to where Jiro is, coming to protect her. And Shigaraki sticks his hand out, and he's met with Deku right in front of his face, which then Shiragaki ends up pushing Deku into the ground with his hand on him, and he's decaying Deku. While Deku is getting decayed, and he's right now Deku is subdued a little bit right now because he slammed into Shigaraki just to get him off of Jiro, and Shigaraki's just laughing as he's decaying Deku's stomach. and it's going right through his, and he's going right through his stomach. He kicks Shigaraki off, but he's really beat right now. He has a Deku right now has a hole through or something. He is literally, his stomach is decayed at this point in time, and all the others see this, and Jiro actually runs over the Deku and asks if he's okay. But Jiro responds, in a faint voice, I'm fine. Just stay back. And Shigaraki just laughs, but he's a little annoyed. So you think you can protect your friends, and you start scratching his nest. Nomu, destroy them both. And the Noble goes to attack Deku. And he looks at, Deku is just holding his stomach where it's getting decayed, and he looks at while he's looking at Jiro, he sees the fear, and she closes her eyes. Deku is getting furious at this point, and he's looking to see that he's thinking that he can't protect her, and he throws his arms out, and out comes these. I'm trying to phrase this the right way. And out comes this kind of. He puts his hand together, and it transforms into a cannon, and out of that and it's just going to be called the bio cannon, and he lit it, and it just blasts out this surgical energy, and then and I know this is kind of far off, but I just wanted to throw it out there just because somebody suggested it, and I just wanted to, and I thought that would be really cool if he could do that. And he has a bio cannon, and it just blasts off with a beam, and it blasts, and it knocks Sonomu down. Deku's just looking at himself, and he's exhausted because that took a lot out of him, and he still has that decayed stomach. The Nomu still gets back up. It was just enough to just get the Nomu off of her. Away from there for a little bit, and he tells Jiro to run. And while in Deku right now, he's kneeling, and the Nomu is dashing back to attack them again. And he's looking at Jiro. He's telling her, run, run. And Jiro just closes her eyes, and she steps in front of Deku. She literally steps in front of Deku with her arms open. The Nomu was coming at her with full force. And the Nomu punches a hole through Jiro. And the Nomu pulls out his fist, backs off, and Jiro's just on the ground in a bloody mess. Bakugo and Kirishima see this, and Deku is just picking up Jiro, holding her head in his hand, and just, he's begging, he's pleading, please be okay, please be okay. And he sees she's bleeding to death. I mean, she literally has a hole in her stomach. And that's when something happens. Deku is, screaming into the air and infusing her with his quirk. And it isn't it's kind of like, it's like how Alex Mercer is able to give his abilities to others, except he's not going to give all her abilities to her. It's just he's just healing her up. He's just healing her up. He doesn't even realize he's doing it, but he's just screaming out, and then he puts her down. Deku's eyes are red. They're glowing red. He is furious. He is upset. He is mad. He's mad to a point he has never been before, and he cloaks himself in the armor he had when he was born. So Deku now at this point is just enraged, and he comes to the Nomu, and jumps to it, and he's hammer fisting the Nomu with all his might, slashing, cutting everything off the Nomu. The Nomu is getting beaten, and then finally he smashes the Nomu into the ground, puts a bio cannon to his head, and blasts it off. And then after that, he sticks his claws into the Nomu's body and absorbs and consumes the Nomu, giving him the Nomu's, you know, abilities and, some strength that goes along with it. And he's just looking, he's mad. He's just mad. And he turns around and he sees Shigaraki and the teleporting villain right now. Bakugo and Kirishima both backed off, and the teleporting villain, and they see, Shigaraki, and well, the teleporting villain teleports himself to Shigaraki, and he's telling Shigaraki, "We have to run. He's going to kill us," you know. And Shigaraki said, "Get us out of here!" And they teleport out of there, and then Deku is just gleaming hard with all, he's still in his suit, and he has this, this kind of like this red, yeah, like you remember Prototype 2, where he had this red energy that's going to this red fumes that is going around him, and he just screams, and you just hear him yell and scream, and then he passes out. That's when the suit comes off him, and he's passed out. And he right then and there he passes out right next to Jiro. And Jiro, like I said, she's fine and everything like that. But Deku passed out, and that's when the heroes come in, and they see everything that had just happened, and they see, Deku and Jiro and Bakugo and Kirishima and Todoroki. They see those students, and they rush over to get Deku and Jiro to the hospital. So guys, I'm gonna end it right there. Let me know if you guys like this. I kind of just threw everything in there, but I hope you guys really like and enjoy this video. Please let me know. Please let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'm keeping this going, guys. Thank you guys for supporting. Love you guys. I'll see you later. And you're out.